What's up, everyone? Today I want to go over how to sharpen a lawnmower blade. This is just a normal non-self-propelled mower, just a push. So first thing, very important, disconnect the spark plug. There we go. That was hard. I'm going to be using an impact, but what you can do is you can prop the blade up and just use like a wrench or a socket. You can also use an air tool. I just prefer using these. This one in particular one is 5/8. And there we are. Take that off. Now, what I like to do is use the bolt that came with it, and they make these little cone things to make it easier to balance and everything, but they're not that easy to use, and they're kind of annoying, to be honest, because they will tell you everything about the balance of your blade, but this does just as well. And if your blade is getting really thin in here, it's just time to get a new one, so I just really focus on this. This is lower, so that means when you take off more on this side. So I will go ahead and take you over to the grinder, and we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, here we are. Safety goggles, a must. Make sure there's no flammable liquids around. So this side's the side that we want to take more off. Always grind it, the wheel is going to go this way. You can also use an angle grinder, but I like using this one. You want to make this as flat of a grind as you possibly can. Okay, so this blade does have a couple nicks in it, but it's not horrible. Really the first inch is the part that you really want to be concerned over. I also kissed the front end of it, kind of blunted, because a super sharp edge will just kind of, it will just go away instantly and just kind of cause premature wearing. So here we start with this, and on the level, looks pretty good. Still is a little heavier on this end, but it's pretty good. Now this one, you line up the star pattern, put it on, put the little guide on there. I like to hold it on and kind of start it with your hands. These bolts are a little long. Now, something I would sometimes do, not this one because it came off pretty easy, but if you have a really hard time, you can put a little anti-seize on that bolt, because if you live in a wet area, it's gonna rust, and that kind of makes it so it doesn't rust, or at least not to the point where it's hard to take off. And you do not want to over tighten this. Also, sharp end is over here. The blade swings counterclockwise. Same thing with this. There we go. Like I said, don't over tighten, because if you do, you'll snap the bolt. And if you're lucky, you can take a pair of vice grips and kind of clamp onto it and twist it out. But if you're not, you're in the realm of trying to twist it out with like a pick or a punch. Maybe even have to tap and drill it, or drill and tap it. Okay, there we are. So that's how you do that. What we're going to do is we're going to plug the spark plug back in. And the first time you do this, the carburetor is always going to be on the top. So you never want to tip a carburetor face down. So this one's on the top. When you first turn your mower over, it might be a little hard to start the first time. That's completely normal. Start it once, let it run for about 10 seconds, start it again, and it should be fine. Okay, well, pretty simple process. You could, like I said again, use an angle grinder. You could use a file, that takes a long time. If you do use an angle grinder, I still recommend taking the blade off. I always take the blade off. Okay, any questions, concerns, comments, definitely feel free to leave them below, and definitely subscribe. Thank you. Okay, so here's the mower again. Wanted to bring up a couple other things I forgot to mention before. One of the ways you know your blade is out of balance is it's going to shake a lot. But a good indication is this is going to be going crazy. It will always do a little bit. That's not going to be a problem. But if you're shaking very, very bad, you either hope that your blade is out of balance or you could have a bent crank. The very first thing to do is check that blade. Secondly, duration or how often. I sharpen my personal blade every fourth, fifth mowing. The reason why is if it's a dull blade, it obviously won't cut very well. If you're mulching, that puts double duty on your blade, so make sure that you sharpen routinely. And if you go a whole season or 2 years or 3 years or however long and it's really dull, it will actually not really even cut anymore. It more or less just rips the blades of grass and you'll have like a white haze. So if you see like a white haze starting to form and you look at the actual ends of the blade, it kind of looks scarred, sharpen your blade. Okay, well, yet again, comment below, subscribe, and see everyone later.